Did she just get away with that? That was the question exploding across social media after Marina Mabrey blindsided Caitlin Clark in what looked like a deliberate, aggressive shove, and somehow stayed in the game. No ejection, no flagrant, just a technical foul. As the footage went viral, the league quietly tried to walk it back, but by then, it was already too late. This wasn't just about one foul. It became a full-blown crisis for the WNBA. It started like any other matchup. The Connecticut Sun facing off against the Indiana Fever. But tensions were high, and within minutes, things spiraled. The result? 6 technical fouls, 3 ejections, 2 flagrant calls. And in the center of the storm, one explosive, unprovoked moment that changed everything. Marina Mabrey sprinted in and shoved Caitlin Clark with full force. Clark didn't see it coming. She was turned away from the ball, simply playing the game. Bam! Sent to the floor. And yet, Mabrey stayed in. Play continued. Before we dive deeper into what this moment really exposed about the league, make sure to like this video and subscribe. We dig into the stories others won't, and trust me, this one's far from over. The shove that shook the court. Sophie Cunningham had just been ejected for a hard foul moments earlier. A flagrant call, fast and clear. But Mabrey? Nothing more than a technical. Even with the replays showing her running from across the court, targeting Clark and shoving her to the ground, the refs saw no reason to eject her. The reaction was instant. The internet explodes. Within minutes, the clip flooded TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Fans erupted. Former players called it out. Analysts questioned what the refs were even looking at. How is she still in the game? Was the most common question online. The footage was unavoidable, and so was the criticism. Silent backtrack by the league. Then came the league's quiet move. The next day, the WNBA updated its site. No press conference, no tweet, just a silent change. Mabrey's foul was now a flagrant 2. Translation, she should have been ejected. But by then, the game was over, and the damage, done. Silent backtrack by the league. Then came the league's quiet move. The next day, the WNBA updated its site. No press conference, no tweet, just a silent change. Mabrey's foul was now a flagrant 2. Translation, she should have been ejected. But by then, the game was over, and the damage, done. Refs versus the league. Referee Ashley Gloss, who was on the floor during the game, publicly defended the original call. She claimed the shove didn't meet the threshold for ejection. According to her, it wasn't excessive. It wasn't unnecessary. Just part of the game. But less than 24 hours later, the WNBA league office reversed her decision. Quietly, behind the scenes, they changed the foul to a flagrant 2. The same type of call that would have removed Mabrey from the game immediately. This wasn't just a contradiction. It was a spotlight on a bigger issue. Who's really calling the shots? If a ref's judgment can be flipped that easily, was it ever respected in the first place? And if the league is only correcting calls when outrage hits social media, what happens when the cameras aren't rolling? Caitlin Clark. Targeted or penalized? Let's not forget, this isn't just about rule enforcement. It's about who the rules protect. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie. She's become the face of the league's next chapter. Eyes are on her every move. Every game she plays is national news. And yet, she's taking hits like she's invisible. In that same chaotic game, she gets poked in the eye during a dead ball moment. Not only does she receive no protection, she gets a technical foul for reacting. Think about that. She's the one getting hit, but she's the one getting punished. Is she being held to a different standard? Or is she simply not being protected? Because when the league's brightest rising star is treated like a punching bag and the only time action is taken is after the fact, it sends a chilling message. Marina Mabrey's response? Go viral. So what about Mabrey? You'd think after a night like that, maybe she'd clarify things. Maybe she'd apologize. But no. Instead, she logged into TikTok the next morning and delivered her message loud and clear. Every time they comment, I make dollars. She knew exactly what she was doing. No remorse, no hesitation, just a smirk, a camera, and a viral mic drop. She turned the backlash into currency. Literally. The internet ate it up. Supporters called her clever, fearless. Critics said it proved she felt untouchable. But either way, she flipped the outrage in her favor. That wasn't just defiance. That was branding. And in a league still trying to build mainstream trust, Mabrey made herself the story. Not the WNBA's rules. Not the officiating crew. Not even Caitlin Clark. Just Marina. This wasn't a one-off. This wasn't the first time Marina Mabrey crossed the line. From the Dallas Wings to the Chicago Sky, and now on the Sun, she's built a reputation for aggressive, sometimes reckless play. Crowds boo her. Players prepare for contact. Commentators mention her name when things start getting heated. And Sophie Cunningham? She's built a similar name for herself. But unlike Mabrey, she was tossed from the game immediately. No hesitation. So again, why the double standard? Officiating crisis or viral PR? Let's be honest, it's not just about one call anymore. It's about trust. The WNBA is growing. Fans are more engaged than ever. New eyeballs are watching. But with that growth comes a bigger spotlight, and every mistake is now public. The league can't rely on overnight corrections to fix what happens in real time. That's not officiating. That's cleanup. When enforcement is inconsistent, games spiral, trust erodes, players get hurt, and fans are left wondering what the rules even are. The bigger problem. So here's the question we're left with. What happens next time? What if the cameras miss it? What if social media doesn't catch it? What if the next shove lands harder, but there's no viral clip to force a reaction? The WNBA has to make a decision. Will it lead with integrity and accountability in the moment? Or will it keep reacting after the story is already trending? Because if your biggest star can get hit like that, and the only consequence comes 24 hours later, what are we really saying about the standard? This isn't about Marina Mabrey. It's about the league. And that's why this moment matters. What do you think? Should Marina Mabrey be suspended? Should the WNBA overhaul how it handles these kinds of calls? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more videos that break down the truth behind the headlines, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got more stories like this coming. And trust me, this is just the beginning.